Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Mortal Kombat, the arcade game. I previously covered this on the Mortal Kombat arcade collection, but I did all three games, so I didn't go into detail the first one, and I figured I'd go back and play the first one. I really liked the first one. It's the most primitive of them, but it's one of the ones I remember most vividly, 1 and 2. But I remember going on vacation and having a lot of quarters for once in my life and playing a decent amount of the arcade game. So Mortal Kombat 2 is probably my favorite console Mortal Kombat, but just strictly in the arcades, I probably play the first one the most and like the first one the most. I mean, this does look worlds better than the actual sorry, I can't think, the actual console ports. The sound's a lot better, and the sprites are bigger. And the monks actually clap. So that's something. This game is notorious for rubber band physics, which to me was described, because I didn't coin the term, as like it lets you win like 1 or 2 rounds, and then it gets super hard. They try to take quarters away from you. And then once you put in a quarter after it kicks your ass. I'm gonna try to do the fatality without looking it up, but I don't remember if I did it right. Oops, I didn't do it right, but that was because I made a mistake and possibly didn't push it in right. But there's plenty of other people will try it on. One thing about the console ports, they missed a lot of sound. The sprites are smaller. Obviously there wasn't as many colors, although the Super Nintendo had pretty much all the graphic stuff, except it didn't run as fast and it didn't have the blood, so I guess that wouldn't be all the graphic stuff. The AI's already gotten significantly improved, although I kind of suck at this since I haven't played it for a while. I always liked Mortal Kombat younger because the moves are always easier to remember than Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a more technical fighter. Pretty much beside the special attacks, everybody has the same moves. If you haven't played a Mortal Kombat game, the uppercut and the roundhouse kick are pretty much the most powerful attacks in the game. When I was a kid, I thought this looked so realistic. Now it looks all chunky and blocky. Oops, I didn't do it right. I will look it up next time, so you will see somebody get slaughtered. See, fidelity is forward, down, forward, square. Alright, it's because I was using hold punch. I mean, low punch. I don't know, so I'm not talking English. Mortal Kombat's the first game I remember playing, like, in arcades socially. I have never seen that since, except with maybe DDR, but I've only seen other people play DDR. I haven't played it socially, because I'd be too embarrassed, and I feel like I'm too old even for when it came out, but I didn't see it until I was in my 20s. I'm just all around embarrassed about dancing. If I ever go on a date and a girl's like, let's dance, come on, let's go out there, I will think of every excuse possible not to get on the dance floor, and it's probably a major turnoff because it shows a lack of confidence, but I am not confident in my dancing ability because there is none. I do not have enough lubrication in my joints to pull off anything that would look fluid or smooth. There you go. This blood looked like little peanuts rotating around. Low attacks increase power. Alright. I forgot what button the block button is on this game. I remember when Mortal Kombat, some people call 9, or the latest Mortal Kombat comes out, because it's just titled Mortal Kombat, just like this game is, so it's kind of confusing, but I guess not to kids who never played the original. But I still find it hard for kids not to know what the original is, and I hate talking about them as kids. It ages me so much. What is wrong with me? AI might be a little bit difficult this time. I had to figure out what the block button is fast. I forgot what the... There. I still don't know what the proper combination is. I kind of pushed everything at once. Please uppercut me. It's a waste of a good pit. There you go. In the console versions, I don't even know if you can go to the pit in the Super Nintendo version. In the console versions, they don't have the bodies. They have some of the bodies in the Sega CD version. Sega CD version looks exactly like a Sega Genesis version, except for better music. Sometimes Shang Tsung actually claps his hands on this part, but I do not remember him rotating his head. And he looks very autistic when he claps his hands, like he's figuring out he did something that made noise for the first time, and somebody threw a treat at him. And I'm not making fun of autistic people. I'm just trying to describe what Shang Tsung looks like. I've met a lot of cool autistic people. I've befriended some, and well, actually, the only ones I've known, I haven't known a crap load, but they're cool people. They're actually some of the most loyal friends you'll ever have, because I don't know. Sometimes higher intelligence makes people shittier. Not that autistic people aren't intelligent, they just, I don't know, lack skills in certain areas, but a lot of people that are quote unquote normal do too. It's just more obvious sometimes. Block. Up, up. I think it's block. Up, up. I don't know. Maybe I got the spacing wrong. Who knows? I don't remember the... Yeah, you can teleport in this one. Ha ha ha. Kano is a bitch when he uses that cannonball attack. I would love to see like live action digitalized sprite game today, like with modern consoles and the amount of RAM and stuff that they have, so you could add like a bunch of extra frames of animation, because like Persona Arena, that looks that good with sprite animation. I bet like a game like this would look fantastic. I would love it if they tried to make an old school Mortal Kombat game with the power of one of today's consoles, but with the old style graphics with more frames of animation. I bet it would look really cool. Just don't add all that extra shit that you did in Mortal Kombat 3 with the run button.
Scorpion, win, fatality.
I can't remember geometry or algebra that well from school, but I can certainly remember some fatalities. It's pretty pathetic, actually. first time I ever played Mortal Kombat was on the Sega Genesis, and I associate the first time I played this game of having the flu. I played this game feeling like shit with a sore throat, but I associate this version more with the arcade version, because obviously it is the arcade version, because the Sega Genesis sound effects and everything are different. It just had a different feel and vibe. Like when I play the Sega Genesis version, I almost get like this psychological sick feeling when I play it, because it takes me back to that time.
Scorpion wins.
That was lucky. Yes, I know. Lightning. This teleport's worthless. No fatality. The guy who plays Raiden is also the brother of the guy who plays Johnny Cage. He's the only remaining member of the quote-unquote cast that still actually helps make the Mortal Kombat games, but I think he's not really involved with any of the motion capture anymore. I think all the motion capture now is animated. It might still be motion captured a little bit, I don't know, but the moves are pretty exaggerated in the new ones. Why did I pick Raiden? Why am I asking you guys like you would know? I guess because I was talking about him. Somewhat hard to do the down-up moves on this game with this gamepad, because there's somewhat of tension, and with the arcade stick it'd be super fast. I would have loved to try the arcade stick that came out with the latest Mortal Kombat though. Move list is grayed out. What the hell? I guess because I already did something. There we go. It's a mirror match. We had to call it something. It's called a lack of RAM match. Really. We wanted more characters, but sometimes if you look at the moon, if you haven't known, like most of the people who play Mortal Kombat know, like you'll see weird things like Santa Claus and his reindeer and stuff in the moon. I hate when the AI starts to know every single move you make, because it'll jump exactly at the same time you do, and there's no possible way like a human being would be able to do that, at least in my knowledge. If they did, they'd probably be on that show, the Stan Lee Superhumans. Why do you have to make that ridiculous sound? Why can't I get one time where I can uppercut somebody in the pit? Oh, well, you look like me. It's close enough. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. That was Mortal Kombat, the arcade game, in the Mortal Kombat collection. This is also available on the Xbox Live Arcade Network. This was on PSN. There's also a copy that came with Mortal Kombat Deception for the Deception Special Edition. You had to get one of the 10 case versions for either the Xbox or the PlayStation 2. Ironically, it was supposed to come out in the Midway Arcade Collections 2, and they took it out because I think they just wanted to sell a special edition. There was no other reason, because it had the other Mortal Kombats. But anyway, if you like Mortal Kombat, the arcade games, that feel nostalgic, I definitely would get it more if you had a friend that was into it and liked to play it too, because the AI is kind of cheap, and after 2 or 3 matches it becomes extremely predictable. You lose a match, then you win 2, and then you lose 2. It goes on and on. kind of like that. It's better to play with friends. This has an online mode, but unfortunately, at least with the PlayStation version, nobody plays online ever. If you get somebody online, you're extremely lucky. I don't know how the Xbox Live version works, but sometimes you have better luck with Xbox Live because people utilize it more, I guess, because they got to pay a shitload of money. But I refuse to pay for stuff online. I say that now. I might have a PlayStation 4 in the future and have an online service. I'll end up eating my words, but I mean, embarrassment is usually 75% of my life anyway, and eating my words, so whatever. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.